Hi guys! Okay, it has been way too cold to come in here and film, and for some mad reason I decided to come back to my studio when it's snowing and it's properly freezing, so forgive me for being all wrapped up all cozy and warm because it's really cold in here. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Well, I never see you, but you see me. I've been sorting out a load of stuff to get ready for my big move, and I've been going through like all my old things, and something that's really helped me sort of be brutal and get rid of stuff is listening to the Minimalist Podcast. I love them. They really help me kind of go, yeah, I'm not going to use that. Why am I hanging on to that? I don't need it. So sort of like giving stuff away, donating things, putting stuff on eBay, whatever. That's been really helpful. And one of my favourite segments of their podcast is something called the added value segment, where both Joshua and Ryan basically just talk about stuff that has been adding value to their lives, and it could be like media, like an album or a movie or a documentary or something like that, or a book, or just like something that they've done, like an activity or whatever, and they just share it with you guys, and I really like that idea. It's very similar. I think Philip DeFranco also does something very similar, which This Week in Awesome, where he just talks about stuff that you might like to know about, and I really liked that idea because I do things like book reviews and documentary reviews and stuff, but that's normally only if it fits into my genre. I won't talk about stuff that's like a little bit away from travel or budget or something, but I still enjoyed it and I still think I should share it with you guys. So I've come up with my own segment that's not at all stolen from both of them, which is #worthit, and basically I'll be going through monthly what I found was #worthit. And it's basically, you know, I'm a Penniless writer, so I'm very stingy with my money, and so if I find something that I'm like, yeah, that is worth the money, or if it's free or whatever, that is totally worth your time, I will share it with you guys and let you know what I've been doing that month in my free time or whatever that I think you guys might enjoy, and then you can just check it out. None of it will be sponsored for the foreseeable future unless I say sponsored, and I'll make it very clear if I am paid, and once again you guys know that I don't promote stuff that I don't like, so I have to be very passionate about it before I will even entertain that idea. Yes, first off, books this month. So January I finally finished Outlander. Again, it's not really a travel book, so I wasn't going to do a whole review of it, unless you guys will go, yeah, I really want a review of it. Essentially it is a World War II nurse who is celebrating the end of the war by going on a second honeymoon with her husband, reuniting with him after the war, and she accidentally gets sucked back in time into like Scotland in the Highland heyday era, and it's so good. Like, I loved the TV show, I watched the TV show all the time, but I hadn't read any of the books, and so I wanted to read the first one just to see how it held up against the show and how it differed and things, and it was really good. Like I say, it is a bit of travel, it's mostly time travel, but it didn't really fit in with the genre of my show, so I was like, I probably won't do a review, but it's very good. It's not really, it does talk about like Scotland and the surrounding area and everything, so it's a little bit travel-y, but mostly it's about sex and relationships and love and like, yeah, dramatic passion and god of men and that sort of thing. So if you're into that sort of thing and Scottish accents, then check that out. It's kind of awesome, especially if you like the show. Definitely recommend reading at least the first book. I know there's like a bajillion. I've started, but I haven't finished yet because it's really long, Basic Economics. Again, I downloaded this from Audible because I thought if I tried to read it my eyes would glaze over and I'd just kind of be like, well. I really want to learn this year about personal finance, about money issues. You know, the whole point is I started this channel because I wanted to teach you guys how to travel with next to no money, because I'm in that boat. Like, I never make any money. Like, I always work like 3 different jobs and hardly ever have a lot of money to my name. And so I really wanted to sort of explore all different ways that you could still travel with very little money. And basically, yeah, I just wanted to do a whole section as well this year, which is focusing on finance, personal finance, investment, stuff that I don't know about really. I'm not an expert, so I thought I'd bring you along on the journey with me as I learn as I go. And plus, I think it's something that's so damn important, personal finance and smart investment and how to be fiscal responsible is something that we're not taught. It's not taught in schools. Unfortunately, our parents, if you're from like, your parents are like the baby boomer generation, they weren't taught, and so we aren't taught. I'm a millennial, and basically nobody tells you about it. However, the miracle that is the internet allows you to have properly like university lectures on these subjects from people who know what they're talking about, who know how to be smart with your money, and they can share that information. So yes, I'm reading it on Audible at the moment. It's fantastic because I can walk to work whilst listening to it. I like to listen to it before I go to bed as well. For some reason, listening to it kind of calms me down. I think it's like someone's professional telling you, it's okay if you don't have money right now. It's okay, you can be smart with it still. That kind of calms me down from my normal sort of, oh my god, I have no money. So I'm learning loads of different things about the free market and the difference between that and communism and consumerism, and like the role that taxes play, just loads of different things that we all really ought to know about. And basically it's been presented to us so boringly that none of us have bothered to learn about it, but it's super important. This book is really fantastic, really breaks it down. If a noob like me can understand it, and I'm dyslexic, then you can definitely understand it. It's really great. It puts it in layman's terms and basically breaks everything down. And also, I'm not finding it boring at all. There was a few bits that I zoned out on. I'm actually finding it really interesting, and I think that's the way it's set up as well. It's very engaging. So yeah, if you want to learn a bit more about the economy and your role in it, then give that a go. TV! Okay, January. I have only just discovered this, and I know it's on season 3, so it's like criminal. Leah Remini's Scientology and the Aftermath. Oh my god, it's so good. I see where it's won all the awards and everybody was shouting about it. So I knew of it, but I hadn't got around to watching it. I was just like, I don't really know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Scientology is a huge thing in England, and so I was kind of like, I'm a little bit removed from it. So I watched the trailer and I was like, damn, I gotta watch this. It was really good, and oh my god, it's so incredible. The things that these people have got away with, the amount of money that this industry has, and it's an industry, it's a business. Please don't hate me, anybody who is a Scientologist who happens to watch this, but damn, this show is good, and it features real people who have been honestly affected, who they've had their lives destroyed by this religion. And it's really scary that this is going on in the 21st century. Like, it's very much like, I love The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm seeing Handmaid's Tale kind of stuff going on. Yeah, absolutely recommend. It's fantastic. The other thing, again, I'm late to it because this is kind of an old show, but I'm only just discovering it, so it's not necessarily, I'm not going to be recommending things that have just come out in this month. It'll be, I've only just discovered it, because if I've only just discovered it, chances are you might not have heard of it either. So the OA, I am a massive fan of Brit Marlin. Like, The East is one of my favorite movies, and she basically co-wrote, directed, starred in it. Like, she's a triple threat. She does everything. I think she can probably do your taxes as well. Like, she's a genius. And yeah, the OA is, I don't know how to describe this. It's bananas. You think it's going to be about something and it goes off on a completely different tangent, but it's an enjoyable one. One of the things that I really don't like, if I can predict exactly where the story is going, I get annoyed and I'm like, what was the point? Like, this show, I could not predict what was going to happen. It's so bananas. So essentially it starts with a young girl goes missing and when she goes missing, she's a young blind girl, and then 7 years later she shows up again, and her parents reunite with her, and there's all this mystery around where she's been, who's had her. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't know, she doesn't want to talk about what's gone on. But the key thing is, now she can see. And it sounds kooky, it's so good, honestly. And you think it's going to be like this deep drama of this family reconnecting after, kind of like The Family. It's not at all. It goes into like all this crazy supernatural stuff where there's experiments and things, and it's right up my alley, basically. Like, if you like something a little bit different, a little bit sci-fi and a lot of like drama, The OA, it's pretty wicked. And the last TV thing I want to recommend is something I literally found 2 nights ago, and it is a BBC documentary called Alaska, and it is essentially just looking at the seasons in Alaska, and it's so beautiful. It's very similar to like a David Attenborough documentary. It's so beautiful. The cinematography and the way that they've captured the wildlife and everything is breathtakingly beautiful, and it really does like the countryside justice. It's so gorgeous. There's amazing scenes of like bears and eagles and all these like totally iconic animals that are normally quite seclusive, and you don't get to see them do all this incredible stuff. You get to sort of be involved in their day-to-day lives as they prepare for hibernation and like bringing up their young and stuff. It's really gorgeous, and I kind of really want the soundtrack now as well. Movie that I definitely want to recommend you guys, again, it didn't come out in January, but this is when I saw it, Klansman. That is so good. It's the true story of the African-American cop who basically infiltrated, with the help of a white Jewish cop, the Ku Klux Klan, and it's very funny. It read to me a little bit like a superhero movie. I know it wasn't set up that way, but like the good versus evil stuff is very apparent, and it's really good. Definitely, I think you'd all enjoy that. That's really great. Music and podcasts. You know me, I love some podcasts, but I finally treated myself to the Hamilton soundtrack. Again, I'm late to it, but if you guys haven't listened to any of the Hamilton soundtrack, what the hell have you been doing? You gotta listen to this. It's so good. I was trying to explain it to some other people the other day, because they were like, oh, isn't it all rap? And I'm like, no, like, yes, there's rap in it, but there's so many different genres of music that's all mashed up, and each character has their own sort of genre to fit with their personality and their style, and oh my god, it's so good. If you listen to the whole soundtrack once, you'll be like, I need to see this show right now. And of course, like I say, I've been going on about this like 4 different times already during this video, but the Minimalist Podcast, they've got so many great episodes which talk about different themes, and one of the ones I found really helpful was their business episode as well. But it was a fantastic episode because I run a business, and I come with a lot of stuff because of that business. I have a lot of art crap that comes with it, and so it was looking at the intentions behind having a minimalist business as well, and how does that work, and a load of it came into money management and how to be fiscally responsible and that sort of thing, and I was just like, this is totally what I'm learning about right now. So that was a really great episode. If you want something to ease you into it, I'd say that episode's really fantastic. Also, I want to talk about experiences that I'm going to recommend. I've already done a whole video on this, but my Thai massage. Oh, was so good. If you guys get a chance to have an authentic Thai massage, go for it. She was fantastic, the lady that I had, and I can't wait to go back. The January sale is now over, so I have to pay full price, but it was worth it. So another experience that I had this January that I really recommend to you guys was I reconnected with an old friend that I I hadn't seen in ages, and I was with Poppy and my friend Justna, who, like I say, I haven't seen in ages, and she has her own family and stuff now, and we all just met up for a coffee catch up, and it was so nice. And yeah, again, it's not just media that I'm going to be recommending. I just recommend anything that I've just done that I'm like, hey, you guys, if you've got a friend that you haven't seen in ages, reach out to them, just be like, hey, do you want to have a catch up, like over coffee or something? Because it's so nice. Like, we felt fantastic just chit-chatting about where we're at, what we've been doing, how each other are, and how her family is and stuff. And it was really, really nice to reconnect with somebody, and I think it helps you get perspective as well of where you are. And like, it's like a goal checker. Like, I'm like, okay, so I'm not quite there yet, so I can't tell her about this, but you know, I can tell her, like, I'm hoping to be here soon, so by the next time I see you. But it was just like a really nice day to sort of yeah, have a little coffee catch up with some friends. Lastly, YouTube, my favorite thing in the world. So what I'm recommending you guys is Only the Essential Pacific Crest Trail documentary. The whole thing is free on YouTube, and it's just a group of guys who walk the Pacific Crest Trail, and it's from Mexico to Canada, and basically it's just a massive walk out of the desert into freezing cold snow. And I really want to do this trail, guys. Like, as soon as I watched it, it's so motivating and revitalizing. Just these guys enduring and walking through the wilderness, and all this different terrain, all these different experiences that they have, and talking about what they've learned along the way, and just what they've seen, and sharing it with you. And it's beautiful and, again, inspiring. And like, I'm just, as soon as I watched it, I sent the trailer to Poppy, and I was like, you want to do this next year? Because I really want to do this. Because I say it was bizarre, but after our 5-day walk, like every single day we walked for, you know, 4 to 6 hours every single day. And one of the things they say in this documentary is, like, it's amazing that we didn't have one single day where we woke up and went, we don't want to walk today. And the exact same thing happened. We were exhausted, but for some reason we were still just like, we felt so great about the fact that we had like this system of, we wake up, we eat a little snack, we go on a walk for like 3 hours, and then we stop and have a little bit of lunch on the side of the road, and then carry on walking. And you just feel this amazing sense of accomplishment. If you're interested in any sort of walking holiday, or getting into like long distance endurance hiking, or if you just like looking at very pretty nature, you should definitely watch this documentary. Like I say, it is free and it's so worth it. Oh, that laid it in nicely. So I know that was long and rambly. I'm gonna try and make that a bit more succinct next time. This is the first time I'm doing it, so thanks for bearing with me if you managed to make it all to the end. And any of that stuff, if you do check it out, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be like, aces. And yeah, I'm gonna do another one for February, and hopefully each month if I get on top of that. Thank you so much for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you in the world. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, the snow's melting.